You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Tobago records another murder, bringing the toll for the year thus far to 8. Chief Secretary calls for community intervention in the midst of escalating gun violence in Tobago. A THA reshuffle, is it happening? Does it make sense? Well, we'll tell you what is in the political space, have to say on the matter. And Watson Dew calls for a Department of Homeland Security in Tobago. Good evening, I am Bianna Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Thursday, May 9th, 2024. To our top story, Tobago's murder toll for the year stands at 8 as another woman was gunned down early this morning. Dead is 29-year-old Nikisha Sandy, also known as Stunky, a laborer who resides at Jagers Hall Trace, Plymouth. Police say they responded to a report of a shooting in Jagers Hall Trace, Plymouth at around 6:20 a.m. On the scene, they observed a woman of African descent lying motionless on her stomach along the roadway. She was clad in a grey jersey, grey long pants and a pair of black rubber boots. Sandy's head was facing north with her feet facing south, with what appeared to be gunshot about her body. According to the police report, before the murder occurred, Sandy was walking along the road when two men approached her and several loud explosions followed. She fell to the ground. It was also said that the assailant escaped on foot along River Road, Plymouth. Furthermore, crime scene personnel processed the scene and retrieved items of evidential value. The DMO visited the scene and pronounced her body dead. Sandy's body was taken to the mortuary of the Scarborough General Hospital pending a forensic post-mortem examination. Police say the motive of the murder was assumed to be probable revenge. Chief Secretary Farley Augustine addressed Tobagonians today regarding the recent surge in violence and crime on the island. His remarks followed a series of disturbing incidents, including this morning's murder of Nikisha Sandy in Plymouth, the discovery of Shellon Walters Joseph body in Mount St. George, a drive-by shooting in Speyside last Friday resulted in multiple injuries, and a suspected retaliatory shooting in Speyside on Tuesday. Travisa Phillips has more.
In his address, Chief Secretary Augustine recounted his conversation with the aunt of Nikisha Sandy, who expressed profound anguish over the violence gripping Tobago. He informed the public that Area Representative Niall George, Assemblyman Zorisha Hackett, and Councillor Sertica Williams-Orr, all of whom are from Plymouth, were providing support to the grieving family.
He said to me is that, look, this is not Tobago. I don't want any other family to experience the pain I'm feeling now. This is not the Tobago that we know. And where all of these guns coming from? That's the question she's asking of me. Where all of these guns, where are they coming from? Well, the truth is we don't manufacture guns in Tobago. We don't manufacture guns in Trinidad.
Although the Tobago House of Assembly lacks direct jurisdiction over crime, Augustine disclosed recent discussions with the Minister of National Security and a meeting with the Commissioner of Police, alongside other security stakeholders, the Defence Force, permanent secretaries within the Ministry of National Security, and ACP Collis Hazel.
And in that meeting, as the leader of the island government, the Tobago Island government, I made it a duty to pledge certain support, including financial support for some of these activities on the island of Tobago. I've spoken to you already about how the Tobago House of Assembly is working with the TTPS in ramping up policing on the island and increasing their workflow, improving their workflow with the provision of vehicles and accommodation.
Asserting that community engagement is paramount in combating crime, Augustine underscored the importance of residents as the primary source of information.
If we are having these incidents in our communities, I am very much certain that there are residents in communities who are very much aware of what's happening, who know what is happening, who know of individuals that have guns that they should not have.
He urged individuals with knowledge of illicit activities to come forward anonymously and report to authorities, emphasizing the responsibility of families to discourage involvement in criminal behavior, even within their households.
And you must ensure that in your homes, if you know you have a son involved in some of this sort of activity, you have to correct that kind of action and that kind of behavior.
Addressing a concerning observation regarding employed youth engaging in antisocial behaviors, Augustine highlighted the need for cohesive community initiatives as, according to him, despite efforts to provide employment opportunities and programs for youth, some people continue to participate in criminal activities. He emphasized that the issue lies not with law-abiding citizens, but with those perpetrating violence and lawlessness. Trevicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Minority Council also spoke out about the increased violence and crime on the island following the murder of Nikisha Sandy in Plymouth. During a media briefing held today, Minority Council Petal Daniel Benoit and Minority Leader Kelvin Morris extend their condolences to Sandy's family and the family of Shelon Walters Joseph, who was murdered last weekend. They also called on all Tobago efforts to combat crime. Ariana Scipio has the details.
Extending her condolences to the families of the deceased, Minority Councillor Petal Daniel Benoit noted that the number of murders has exceeded the number of months, with there being 8 murders, and we're only in the 5th month of the year.
There seems to be a trend developing where women are the subject of these heinous acts of violence. And we are calling for an urgent action, and we are calling for us to stand together in solidarity as we condemn and take action against these acts of crime and violence in Tobago.
Councillor Daniel Benoit encouraged women to refuse to accept a reality where other women fall victim to the scourge of violence. Moreover, she said, as residents, we cannot stand idly by as Tobago faces such turmoil. She also called on the men in society to join women in condemning senseless acts and advocating for change. Daniel Benoit urged people to channel the grief and anger into action.
We must support initiatives aimed at preventing violence, providing support to survivors, and addressing the root causes of crime.
She said it is not only the responsibility of the government or the THA but also everyone to create a safer Tobago. Minority Leader Kelvin Morris, speaking about the murder of Shelon Joseph Walters, said he was pained to talk about it due to him having worked with her previously. He stated that Tobago must stand together in this time of grief, also extending his condolences to the community of Plymouth due to Nikisha Sandy's murder. Morris called for justice.
Justice for Shelon Walters, justice for Nikisha Sandy, because it cannot be that we as an island can continue to have our brothers and sisters, their life taken away, and those who would have afflicted such a heinous crime continues to walk amongst us.
Agreeing with Councillor Daniel Benoit, Morris said that the central government, the Minister of National Security, the Tobago House of Assembly and the TTPS cannot be blamed for crime, indicating that it begins with the citizens. He also called on families to report crimes, even if it may be their relatives.
This has to be a Tobago fight. This has to be a everybody fight. This cannot be a one-man fight. Communities have to now push back. We have to come together.
Morris stated that the minority is willing to work with anyone, including the executive, to create tangible crime-fighting measures that protect and preserve the lives of Tobagonians. Tobago up.
Still to come, political commentator speaks about a THA reshuffle and later a call for a serious meeting among the Tobago basketball fraternity. Stay with us.
This is great, and I'm inviting you to elevate the Mother's Day concert on the 12th of May. Alright? Just few more days left. All the girl tickets now. Featuring Jam Melody and a whole heap of Tobago artists. Yours truly gonna be there. Hey, all come early. Come early, or I would not want to miss. This is a whole production. This is not just a concert, it's a whole production. Alright? Elevate the Mother's Day concert. Blessed love.
They m'a fait what tu as élevé. M'a fait what tu as élevé. Hard when time rough, we are celebrate. They m'a fait what tu as élevé. While
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday, 3 pounds wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday, 2 pounds cube beef, 2 pounds cow heel, 2 pounds chicken foot, 2 pounds pigtail, or smoked bone. Special $150 Super Sunday, 3 pounds leg and thigh chicken, 3 pounds sliced pork, 3 pounds lamb slice, 3 pounds cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Welcome back. Is the reshuffle of the Executive Council sparking a coup against Chief Secretary Farley Augustine? Well, the political leader of the PDP, Watson Duke, seems to believe so. At a press conference, he suggested that some secretaries are not satisfied with the changes in position being suggested to them. Candice Jackson attended the press conference and tells us more.
He expressed disapproval of the performance of the Executive Council under Chief Secretary Farley Augustine over the past 2.5 years. He believes it is time for Augustine to reshuffle his secretaries and councillors.
I understand that there are many man rats in your executive. I understand there are many bull rats in your executive. I understand that some people are feeling themselves in your executive. But I want to let you know all of Tobago stands behind you.
Augustine first indicated that there might be a reshuffle in December 2022. However, no such decision has since been made. Last week, Augustine again notified the public that a reshuffle is impending, but Duke believes the delay is rooted in disagreements among the Executive Council members.
But what should have been a dignified executive meeting was a meeting of wills and power and shouting and grandstanding and people saying, "I'm not moving. If you move me, I'll go."
Duke then accused some Executive Council members of attempting a coup, a move he strongly disapproves of.
But I will never support a coup. I'm not of that nature at all. I've never staged a coup, and I will not support any coup. And I urge Tobago not to support any coup.
He also called on the Minority Council to not support the coup within the Executive Council. So is this true? Well, sources within the Executive Council deny any such meeting occurred. They said, quote, "all is well," end quote, and that they, quote, "love and respect our Chief Secretary," end quote. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The reshuffle of the Tobago House of Assembly is highly anticipated in the island's political landscape. Political commentator Max James spoke about the issue of a reshuffle in the THA while providing reasons that would lead to the administration taking this course of action. Ariana Scipio has the report.
Max James stated that any administration of any political party faces a time when it becomes necessary to shift around members of the executive. He said that after discussions with his members, the Chief Secretary believes a reshuffle may be required.
And members might feel, look, I might be better well served here in this other area or division, as is in the case of Tobago, and conversations again would take place.
James said it can become necessary to have a reshuffle within the life of an administration. He shared reasons why a reshuffle might happen.
You may have a particular minister or secretary underperforming. You may find that when a particular secretary or minister is put on the job and henceforth put to the test, you may find that there might be a need for a reshuffle.
He listed outright dismissal, illness, family issues, a member wanting a relocation, or a member being involved in criminal activities as reasons for a reshuffle. James was then asked about a member being placed in a division due to their qualifications.
There are many times and many things we don't know about the people who we place into different positions, okay? And therefore, it's not a foolproof decision that a chief secretary or a prime minister may make. And therefore, we can only know when they begin to perform.
James indicated that though people believe members should be placed in a particular area due to their skills, he said the problem lies in management competency, not skill-based competency. Speaking about the current THA administration, he said that from what he knows, the qualifications and relative experience of the secretaries and assistant secretaries are competent and experienced. However, he said the chief secretary has the ultimate duty and obligation to maximize what he has. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Watson Duke says he regrets not becoming Chief Secretary. The political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots made this statement during a press conference after news that Tobago recorded its 8th murder for the year. Duke claims that had he been Chief Secretary, he would have done more about crime, such as creating a Department of Homeland Security within the THA. More in this report from Candice Jackson.
Sometimes I regret that I did not take up the Chief Secretary job.
PDP political leader Watson Duke stepped aside during the 2021 THA elections to allow Fally Augustine to be the choice for Chief Secretary upon victory at the polls. It is now a decision he regrets, based on rising crime in Tobago.
Because had I been there, none of this would have ever happened. I would have taken the bull by its horns, and I would have ensured that there is not one more murder past it.
Following public fallouts, Duke resigned from the Executive Council, while Augustine and the rest of the Executive Council resigned from the PDP and eventually formed the Tobago People's Party. However, on the issue of crime, Duke is disappointed that Augustine has not been able to make an impact. He believes that the answer lies in creating a Department of Homeland Security.
Homeland means island security, Tobago's security. That must be done within 1 week time.
He wants a motion reflecting such to be brought to the House and debated. But how can a division of Homeland Security be created when matters of national security do not fall under the THA Act 40 of 1996? Well, Duke believes a 2023 CARICOM declaration creates a loophole.
If all of the CARICOM nations would have declared that crime within the Caribbean is a public health issue, then, Mr. Chief Secretary, there is your window. I'm giving you for free. I'm no longer working for you, but I'm working for Tobago.
As a result, Duke suggests that the Department of Homeland Security should be placed under public health within the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. Meanwhile, the PDP leader was not only disapproving of the Chief Secretary, but also dismissive of the attitude of the central government towards crime in Tobago.
Somewhat perturbed by the chairman of the National Security Council, who is the Prime Minister, and the Minister of National Security, when they do not see Tobago as part of the national security.
He insists that this further emphasizes the call for Tobago to be granted self-determination. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
Hi everyone, Kay Allen here, and on May 12, 2024 at Shopper Complex Tobago, Elevate the concert is on. My cousin Char Melody is on the cast. Sharon Phillips, my big sis, Adana, Stephanie Joseph, Kirsch Ramsey, OJ Richards, the original Kwakwa, Emperor's Creed, just to name a few. Tickets are available at Viewport, Canaan and Scarborough, Pablo's and Argyle, Edward Supermarket, Mason Hall, Lost Restaurant and Bar, and Show Park Box Office. Guys, see you there.
Hard when time rough, we can celebrate. What you are elevate. While
need a fresh start? Upgrade your life with the things you want. At Standard Distributors in Canaan, life is good with zero. Get that amazing fridge, the stylish sofa with zero down and easy financing. Your dream house is within reach. Visit Standard Distributors today. Life is good with zero.
Never ever worry. 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 For the many stages of your life, Tata Life.
Welcome back. Members of the People's National Movement in Tobago are urging Tobagonians to come together for peace and unity in response to the recent surge in crime. They are calling on everyone to unite and urge those inclined towards a life of crime to abandon violence and firearms to help restore Tobago to a haven of peace, love and unity. This call comes on the heels of the island recording 8 murders for the year thus far. Amidst concerns over escalating gun violence, the political leader of the People's National Movement in Tobago, Ansel Dennis, is taking a firm stance against communities relinquishing illegal firearms.
The Tobago Council of the People's National Movement is issuing a resounding call for communities to surrender illegal firearms and unite against the rising gun violence on our usually peaceful island of Tobago.
Minority Leader Kelvin Morris is calling on citizens to put down illegal firearms which are wreaking havoc in our communities.
Together, fellow Tobagonians, let us stand in solidarity against the evil and peril of gun violence that threatens our peaceful way of life. It is imperative that we collectively denounce the presence of illegal firearms, which in the wrong hands have caused devastation in our community.
Meanwhile, MP for Tobago West Shamfa Kojo Lewis said with the shifting times, the role of instilling robust values is important.
Times have changed and we are certainly not what we used to be. Part of our healing must be the conviction that we must do all in our powers to prevent these tragedies from happening, especially so frequently. As much as we call on the police, we too have a responsibility to inculcate strong value systems in our homes, or schools, or churches, and all of society.
The party is urging Tobagonians to come together to combat the gun violence and crime affecting the island. Piana Brebner, Tobago Updates Television News. Tobago recording its 8th murder is unacceptable, says the political leader of the Unity of the People, Nkosi Phillips. They criticize the central government for failing to ensure Tobago remains safe.
And the safety of our citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. Enough is enough.
While Phillips is trying to intervene by writing to all political leaders in Tobago, calling for a meeting to address crime.
First, as the political leaders, and then we will have a meeting with the arms of national security in the Tobago space on how we can channel the safety and security of our citizens on the island of Tobago and other crime initiatives that we will have to sit down and discuss as political leaders.
According to Phillips, crime is something that affects all residents of Tobago and therefore requires a unified approach. The UTP political leader also warned community groups against reacting with outrage to the crime statistics instead of working to prevent it from occurring.
We'll now see the fake groups coming out, the fake people coming out and talking about they're doing crime initiatives and they walk in and they want to protest and they want to walk for peace and walk for stopping crime. But my question is, where are they before the crime happens?
Phillips called on community groups and politicians to engage with the various villages and do what they can to encourage people away from a life of crime. The weather report is next. Stay with us.
It's your boys Ambrose here, and we will be at the biggest Mother's Day concert in Trinidad and Tobago on the 12th of May. Elevate the concert. See you there.
What you are elevate, what you are elevate. They might be what you are elevate, might be what you are elevate. Hard when time rough, we are celebrate. They might be what you are elevate. While
jump in the range and jump on the dance. You want your money mean? Don't need your love that I cost me fi pay. Like King Solomon, a bag a girl to me name. Every girl broke out, Lord, broke out. Me say hot girl understand your time fi step out. Big bumper girl, your time fi get scrub out. Hand on your knee, you treat a girl and your body.
And every girl I get wild out tonight. Party in my out tonight. If she suck me a fine out tonight. I you know what a wild out tonight. Out the blue light, yeah, try out the vibe.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. Do more, live more.
Welcome back. Here's what to expect of the weather tonight into tomorrow from the TNT Met office. Tonight mainly fair, warm and hazy despite odd showers. Tonight's temperature should be around 28 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow mainly sunny, hazy and at times breezy despite the low chance of odd isolated shower. A fair but hazy night is expected. Temperatures will reach a high of 33 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 37 degrees Celsius. A significant concentrate of Sahara dust is present in the atmosphere, so people sensitive to the changes in the air quality are advised to take the necessary precautions. Seas slight to moderate with waves 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Spring tides are in effect. Sunrise is at 5:41 and sunset at 6:17. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Let's recap the headlines before we go. Tobago records another murder, bringing the toll for the year thus far to 8. Chief Secretary calls for community intervention in the midst of escalating gun violence in Tobago. Many in the political space share their thoughts on a THA reshuffle, and Watson Dew calls for a Department of Homeland Security in Tobago. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.